What is going on, my fly guys? Welcome as we return back with another video, and today we are going to go over the RU Viability Rankings. Now, of course, you already know RU. Well, if in case you don't know, RU is my favorite tier. It's been my favorite tier since ORAS, and yeah, that's saying something like one metagame ago. But that's when I really stepped up into competitive, like in ORAS. Like I've always been on Showdown since like it was basically made like in 2012, but I was not the best battler. We've gone over that a long time ago in some replays I've showed you. I'll do that again since like I didn't have a lot of subs then. I still don't have a lot now, but like maybe like when I hit like 150. But you know, RU is just like my favorite tier to play. It's just full of like some of my favorite Pokemon. It's just different. I'm not the biggest fan of UU. Don't ask me why, but I'll probably go play it since like Xurkitree dropped there, and Xurkitree is one of my new favorite Pokemon. It's not in top 10, but it's like around there. It's like top 20. But you know, so I just want to go over the viability rankings, and I'll put my 2 cents. Like I've been playing a little bit. I was top 25 on the what's it called, RU beta ladder. I made a new team. I'm getting back up there again. Like it's the ladder just reset since RU just became an official tier. It's no longer RU beta, and he's now an alpha. So that just put RU like now is really like Sumo RU Gen 7 RU. It's no longer beta or alpha or anything. So ladder like top is 1600, number 2 is 1500, and then they just continue to drop. And like top 50, like I think they wait, let me actually check this out. I think they might actually still be in like 1400s, or yeah, that's nothing since the tier just came out this week. So we're just gonna go check this out. Let's see, top 50. Yeah, so top 50 is 1349 or 47, excuse me. So as you can see, yeah, there's the music. As you can see, are you still new? I'm actually somewhere close to the top 50, believe it or not. I'm only like 1320. So yeah, I do know some shit about the tier, and we're just gonna go over what I'm gonna put my 2 cents in, like what the best Pokemon is to what the worst is in the tier. So basically, we're gonna go one by one. It's gonna be a little long video. Alright, so we're already 2 minutes 35 seconds in. We haven't gotten to number 1. This is probably gonna be my thumbnail, by the way, because it's a VR. So blah blah blah. The first Pokemon, oh come on, you already see the second one. So the first Pokemon, of course, is Heracross. Now Heracross pretty much ruled the tier before, and it rules it even more now since Nidoqueen moved up to UU, and that was its number 1 check. Heracross can run like Flame Orb set. It can run like the Guts Attacker. It's actually incredible. Nothing switches in safely. Basically, you have to have like a Fairy type or something that resists fighting, and that's kind of hard to combine in the tier, honestly, like because it's also a Bug type, which it does not commonly run Mega Horn, only on the Choice Scarf sets. But you're basically, those are your 2 sets, and it's pretty hard to wall, and it's pretty fast. It hits incredibly hard, and I'm getting a phone call. Sorry about that. That was my mother. We're just talking. So yeah, so it goes in descending order. Okay, I did not know that, but yeah, Heracross is undoubtedly the best Pokemon in the tier right now, and it's kind of like, how would I put this? It's kind of like how Mega Steelix was in ORAS early, well, before it got banned, basically. So yeah, next up we got. Actually, let me just pause this real quick to see if I can do this without revealing the next mon. I cannot. You'll see the top of it. So anyway, you can see that this is actually, can I just, okay, this is gonna be challenging. Hold up, wait, can I just go down like this now? Yeah, that's a little better, but what if I do go, alright, there we go, that's perfect. You can barely see the next one, if you can at all. It's a tiny little speck. But yeah, Reuniclus is up next, and it's Reuniclus. What do you want? It's really good in OU. It works decently in UU. It's just good in every tier that it's available in, because it's a bulky setup sweeper. It could be offensive with Magic Guard Life Orb, or it could be defensively Calm Mind with Calm Mind, Recover, Psychic, and actually it runs Z Thunder, since it can't learn Thunderbolt, but Z Thunder. That also means that it cannot be knocked off. So it takes like nothing from knockoff. Well, it still takes like 30% from a good attacking mon. But that's saying that it also could just Z Thunder. Like anything. Like a +1 for Alligator, or like just a for Alligator that thinks it could set up since it scares it out. It just also hits Doublade really hard. After +1, I think it has a chance to Oko. I believe it does. Let me just put... Alright, so Reuniclus. Oh, cool, they actually have this out now. They actually have RU sets. Let's see, Flygon. Cool. So I was talking about for Alligator, RU Dragon Dance. So +1 Crunch, yeah, never knocks out unless it's a crit. So that's just proving how good Reuniclus is. It basically sits up on the whole tier itself. Like, very few things scare it out, and it just is basically unstoppable. Now, next up, we got Big Sharp. Sharpedo actually got banned really early on when it was reintroduced. Well, introduced to RU last gen, because it just could run any set. Well, any set. It could run specially or physically, and both sets have their merits. As Special Sharp can just Oko Doublade, while Physical Sharp could Oko Heracross with Psychic Fangs. Like, having Psychic Fangs in it and its move pool is so amazing for it right now, and it's incredible. It's an incredible mon. Not too many good solid water resist in the tier either, and those that are water resist do not appreciate Psychic Fangs, aka Venusaur, Virizion. The list just goes on, and Sharp is just like basically ruling the tier along with these other three. And next up we have Zoroark. Now Zoroark is a real annoyance because you don't know if it's Zoroark or not. I mean, sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not. And also, one of the biggest things for me with Zoroark is that it messes up team preview, because you think you killed him on, and then it's still alive. You're like, who else is still alive? I know there's someone else. And then you don't realize, and you throw away the check to that mon. So you just have to pay a lot of attention when you're playing a Zoroark game, and it could run physical, it could run special, it could run nasty plot, it could run Swords Dance, it could run mix. It's just, its move pool is so wide, and now a Sludge Bomb to take on some fairies. You could scare out any Pokemon. It could disguise itself as basically a lot of the Pokemon in the tier. Knock off with Heracross, Focus Blast with Reuniclus. What else? And just the list goes on and on. Now, I'm not going to reveal like the next few mons. Alright, let's see. Actually, Sludge Bomb for Venusaur. Dark Pulse with Sharp, actually. There we go. It's incredible move pool plus disguise. It does throw away its disguise if it uses a Z move. So I'm thinking that's how, if there's ever a Mega Zoroark, that's how it would work. So anyway, yeah, Zoroark is just a big pain in the ass to deal with. Alright, so now we're going on to the A rank. A+, we got... my bad. You don't see that next mon. You don't see it. Fuck it. You already see it. Alright, so we got Cresselia. Now, you already know Cresselia. It doesn't die. You need Toxic to kill it. It's another Calm Minesweeper. Not as good as Reuniclus, since it does not have that high base special attack. But also does have access to Moonblast. It's just annoying to deal with. It's on stall, it's on balance, it's on bulky offense because it could just pivot and then just like Lunar Dance someone up. It could be used on hyper offense because of Lunar Dance. It's hyper offense with Crest, dude. It's just annoying to deal with, and nobody really wants to play it because it could just tank super effective hits like it's nothing. Oh my. I really wish there was a better way. Alright, so next up we got Doublade. Doublade is just typing. It's Baby Aegislash, basically. It checks so many mons because of its typing. It has access to Eviolite with base 150 defense. Sure, its HP and Spidef are shit, but it's still +1 defense, +1 Spidef. It has access to Swords Dance. It has an amazing ability to no guard that it can't take advantage of and is usually hindering it with scrappy mons like with Focus Blast, aka Exploud, who you don't really see, but it could just Fire Blast will never miss against it. Its ability sucks for it. I wish it had access to stuff like Iron Tail. That would not make sense, but you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, it's just an annoying mon to deal with. It checks some Swellows. It makes it so you can't even use Gut Swallow at all. It's just an annoying Pokemon. Like, it scares out a lot of mons. Yes, It's weak to knockoff and knockoff Eviolite, but like, you know what I mean? It's just a scary mon to deal with and annoying. Alright, next up we got, oh my god. Alright, next up we got Feraligatr. Now, Feraligatr is one of my favorite Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is Totodile, but Feraligatr is definitely up there since, you know, this is actually where Gator Boy originates from. He originates from my Totodile and Soul Silver that I eventually had to evolve because I didn't want to evolve. I had to evolve it at the Elite Four, so it was like a level 52 Totodile, and it became a level 54 Feraligatr, and yeah, that's Gator Boy. So you already know I love Feraligatr. Like, I love Water type. Water is my favorite type. It's one of the best ones too, because Dragon Dance into Sheer Force, Waterfall, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Life Orb, Waterfall, Sheer Force, Life Orb, Crunch, like those moves get boosted by like 60%. It's already coming off a strong 105 attack. It's just a scary Pokemon to deal with at +1. And few things checking, but like Reuniclus can just Z Thunder it. Like, these mons can't really hurt it because it has high defense, like in 100. It has high natural bulk. And it's just, I wish its speed was a little bit better, but Feraligatr is just a scary mon to deal with, especially with Dragon Dance and Sheer Force. Alright, next up, got my second favorite Pokemon of all time, Flygon. Flygon was the king of RU. This is actually why I'm playing this background music, Route 111, because that's where you get Trapinch. But Flygon basically, like, ruled it to your last gen in Oras because it could just run any set, offensive, defensive, and now has Dragon Dance. Now, you don't see defensive as much right now because there's so many hard hitters that Flygon can't check, but Dragon Dance, Flygon at +1, few things can actually take a hit. Now, I'm saying that a lot about a lot of these mons, but that's why they're high up on the viability rankings. Like, I usually run a Choice Scarf or higher than base 100 because this thing is like Volcarona. It makes you run that. Also, with that, also Pokemon could also sorry, I just woke up, I'm a little tired in case you can't tell. That Pokemon that's a +1 or a Scarf over base 100, excuse me, also can check Feraligatr because you're gonna need that. And Flygon, just with its stabs, acts as the Z move, so now you could use Z Outrage and not have to use Outrage. That's what a lot of Dragon Pokemon do nowadays, physical ones at least. And also could run Z Tectonic Rage to just OHKO everything. So Flygon's very scary, and it also has access to U-turn to Scout on Choice Scarf sets. Choice Banded sets still hit hella hard, but now they have to run Jolly instead of the Adamant like they did last gen. Well, for Scarfers at least. Alright, so that's basically it for Flygon. It's also one of the few, it's not a good hazard removal, but it resists rocks, and I actually use it on some of my teams as my hazard remover since it resists rocks, and on Choice Scarf you scare a lot of mons out, so you could just get a free defog anyway. Next up, we have Shaymin. So you already know Shaymin was, well, you probably didn't know, but Shaymin actually dropped down to RU for a little bit last gen, like towards the end. And people had to start running like stupid counters, like Sap Sipper and Miltank just to counter this thing. It was ridiculous. And Shaymin is not that much different now. It's still, like, do you see any good grass or Shaymin resist? No, this drops the Seed Flares. Earth Power, Seed Flare into Spadef drops. You can't take a hit. Spadef drops will actually happen. It has Psychic or Air Slash. Its move pool is so expansive, and it's just incredible. It's an incredible Pokemon. It's actually another good Scarfer. Yes, it doesn't hit that 100 plus, but it still can check Flygon naturally since it has good natural 100 bulk. Has access to Healing Wish to just bring a mon back that you played a little recklessly. Shaymin is just all around a great mon. It can run Subseed, it can run Rest, and then switch it out since it has Natural Cure, so that it's all healed. It has Synthesis, it has Earth Power, it has Air Slash. It just move pool is so expansive. It hits hella hard. You don't really see physical, but it could run like Seed Bomb or something like that if it really wanted to. But Seed Flare just outclasses. The only drawback is Seed Flare's shaky accuracy, as that's gonna be your main stat. But that's honestly it. Shaymin is just an incredible Pokemon. 40% chance to harshly lower Spadef coming off a 120 base power move is incredible. And that's why Shaymin is one of the best Pokemon in RU. Now, I'm not afraid to do this right now. Alright, so next up we got Snorlax. Now, Snorlax, you already know how good Cresselia is. But Cresselia got even better this gen. Of course, it did drop down to RU, so you might be thinking how. That's what some of the mons in UU right now that are just crazy good. I'm not going to name them because I don't know them, but obviously Snorlax would still be there to check those mons. But Snorlax this is actually one of the best normal type Pokemon ever, because normal is a pretty bad type overall. Not gonna lie, as it does not have any super effective hits. But with Cresselia this gen, with Gluttony instead of Thick Fat, you might be thinking, what the hell happened? Figgy berries, Ayapa berries, those other ones, but like those got buffed. Now they give you half of your health when you get below 1/4 health, but with Gluttony that makes it so it activates when you're under half health. That'll just heal you all the way back up, and then you could recycle that berry again and just continue to set up and sweep. Like, that's Cresselia right there. It's also a Pursuit Trapper that could Pursuit Trap Doublade that it could scare out, I guess. With Choice Band and Lax, like there are. Do you see any normal resist here besides Doublade, but it has access to Crunch and Pursuit and Earthquake? So yeah, Cresselia, Choice Banded Lax, just Snorlax in general is a very scary mon. God, 15 minutes already. We're still at A+. Probably going to divide this up into 2 parts. Like, once we finish the B's, I'll probably move on to the C's and below. And that video is going to be a little shorter, but I'm not going to make this go on for like 40 minutes. So, alright, next up we have A rank. Alright, so that's it for A+. And, sorry, let me just... I wish there was a better way. I really... Actually, let me just plug in my mouse. Would that be better? I'm using my mouse pad. So, actually, where the hell is the mouse? There it is. Alright, so let's see if this can work. And this actually is not my mouse. This is my friend's that I stole. And he left it at my house for over a year, so I just found it and started using it. I told him about it. He's like, eh. So, I guess it's my mouse now. Alright, so let me just test this out. Alright, so we got Comfey. Now, you might be thinking, what the fuck does Comfey do? But Comfey, is one of the few reliable checks to Speed Boost Sharp. This actually feels so much better with the mouse. It could also check Zoroark once it's revealed. It's a fighting check the Heracross. Priority over these, so these speed boosts mean nothing. But it's way of using Triage and attacking is Draining Kiss, which is only 50 base power. But honestly, once you set up a few calm minds, that's not that big of a deal, because you're healing massive health amounts back. You have the leftovers. You have Taunt to shut down these other setup mons, if you actually get them on the switch. Alright, Heracross, stop it. Alright, and you have Synthesis to heal yourself back up. You have Draining Kiss. You have Calm Mind. That's his only set right now. I could actually see another set breaking out, where it's just a support mon, but other mons do that better, aka the one you saw below it with Aromatherapy. But Comfey's stats aren't that bad at all. Oh, good, they have this set, and they need to fix this because this was speed for Nidoqueen. But like, look, 51 HP, that sucks. 52 attack, you're not going to use that. 90 defense, that's not that bad, especially with the fairy typing. 80 special attack, there's more to be desired. 110 special defense, that's incredible. And 100 speed, that's just like, wow, you're going to get some fast taunts. So let's just get back to where it's at. So yeah, like, Comfey is just an incredible Pokemon in the metagame right now. It's pretty hard to deal with. There's few fairy resists that actually beat it. You just, like, Doublade, you just gotta get rid of Doublade. Then you're good. Oh my god, this is not gonna be good. But next up we have Snorlax. No, we have Florges, as you can see. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. Next up we have Florges. And honestly, Florges, you can see why it's up here. You know its stats, you know its bulk, you know its roles on teams. It can be a bulky Calm Mind Sweeper with Synthesis to recover. It actually has strong special attack like a 112 and actual attacking move and Moonblast. Sorry, Comfey, but it just doesn't have that priority. Alright. And then we also have the defensive set, which also checks Heracross. You have Moonblast, you have Aromatherapy, you could Wish past Mons. It doesn't have that shabby HP, but it's just a fairy type with high SpDef, high special attack. It's automatically going to be good. And Sylveon was actually about to drop here, but now it's not because Clefable. Alright, so this is how it goes. Clefable dropped the UU, and that pretty much stopped Sylveon usage because Clefable, you don't really see Spec Sylveon as much, but as a bulky Pokemon, like, why use Sylveon over Clefable? There's literally no reason. So that means that Sylveon was about to drop down, and Sylveon is just a fairy above Florges. So that means, like, if Sylveon dropped, the Florges would drop to NU, no doubt. But Sylveon is going to get more usage as Clefable rolls back up to OU, and that means Florges is safe where it is. Alright, so next up, as you saw, we have Gigalith. Now, Gigalith got a massive buff this gen. I probably just... I'll see where I stop. I'll stop maybe at B. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. But Gigalith got a massive buff this gen with Sandstream. Now that actually gave a usable Spadef stat. Now, I was actually making up sets like a Assault Vest Gigalith, but you could not use Stealth Rock. You could not use it as like a bulky pivot like you can with Tangrowth. But now with Sandstream, that gives it its Spadef boost automatically. And honestly, like, look at these stats. Like you have 85 base HP, 130 defense, and 80 Spadef. Now you're going to max that out to 284, and that's going to get boosted by the sand. And you already have 297 defense, which is incredible with this 374 HP. In uninvested attack, you have what base 90s have for their max speed, basically. Or max attack, sorry. I just think of 90 base speed like with Lucario and shit. Like 306. You see? So you already have basically fully invested 990 attack. And with Stone Edge, I actually use Rock Blast because there's so many like Sub-Moltres, Sub-Salazzles out there that like this is still coming off strong. Like, look at this. 0 attack Gigalith Earthquake does 88 to 105. And it tanks. Alright. And it tanks these moves. Even at +2. Now, I'm not saying Lucario's in it. Alright, no, never mind. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it checks Pokemon. It eats up hits like nothing. It just needs Aloma Mola to drop down. Dude, I need Mola back. I need Mola in this tier again. That's my favorite Pokemon to use competitively. And I'm not a stall player either. I just use Mola offense. It's crazy. Alright, so yeah, that's Gigalith. Alright, so... Oh my god. And now we got the next two Pokemon. I guess I'll talk about them together. Gligar and Mantine. Now, I know you saw Milotic below. If you didn't, oops, I spoiled. But Gligar and Mantine are the two best hazard movers in the tier at the moment. Gligar basically just eats up hits. It could U-turn out. It could defog. It has access to Roost. It's not weak to rocks. Also pairs amazing with Gigalith. That's actually my team that I probably will showcase later. It works perfectly with Gigalith with Sand Veil, and that makes it so you have 20% evasion. So that lowers their accuracy by 20%, which is actually come in clutch so many times. I've dodged HPIs with Salazzle and just killed them with Earthquake. Not saying that the game mattered, but hey, I was sacking it and I dodged, so it was nice. So that's Gligar. Gligar could also run, instead of U-turn or Toxic, it also can run Acrobatics to revenge, like Heracross or Shaymin. No, not really Shaymin, but like Heracross, when they knock off its Eviolite, it could just kill it with Acrobatics with a 110 Acrobatics. And Gligar doesn't have that bad attack stat either. Also, its speed set is surprisingly really good. So this is Gligar. It has 75 attack. Now that's not too shabby. Also, it has 85 speed, which is like, that's pretty good for a defensive mon. And like, its defense without the Eviolite just natural is 339. Now it tanks hits even after knockoff. Like, what's Heracross gonna do? Facade, that's gonna do like 40% or something like that. Like, Gligar is honestly my go-to defogger. But also, there's also Mantine, and Mantine's an incredibly bulky mon with that +20 defense boost, access to Roost. Now it's one of the best defoggers. It's actually, I could see moving up to OU sometime, but not really anymore since Mosa was banned. But like, it was one of the best Mosa checks there was. Now Mantine also has Water Absorb, so it checks for Alligator, Sharpedo actually. It checks Sharpedo, not really for Alligator. Oh my god, no. You guys did not see that. I'm so sorry. So yeah, Mantine is no sleeper either. And it's just Roost defog. It's pretty self-explanatory, it's set. Alright, next up we got Milotic. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of using Milotic competitively. Like, I know what it does. It's competitive. Literally, it's competitive. But let's see, what do they commonly run here? Mixed, Bulk, Calm. Yeah, it's a Haze, Toxic, Recover, Scald. Like, I would rather have a Loma Mola here 100% of the time. But, sorry, excuse me. But Milotic is just, it could run competitive So, not comatose. Competitive. They don't have competitive here. Like, what the hell? But competitive as an ability. So if they like try defogging, you'll just get that. It's defined for special attackers. It can run Marvel Scale, excuse me, to just get that defense boost when your status. So I see some Flame Orb sets. Don't use that. That's ass. Like, use your Milotic to get burned. If anything, as your Scald switching as it should be. It also could haze. It could Dragon Tail. It's just, I'm not the biggest fan of Milotic. I would definitely 100% use a Alomomola in its place. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this off once we finish with A-. This is going on forever. Like, I don't want it to be a 40 to 30 minute video. 30 to 40 minute. Alright, next up we have Salazzle. Now, Salazzle is actually a really good mon in the tier. It has like really good typing. I just wish I had a better ability than Oblivious. I mean, like, Corrosion's cool, but you don't see Steel type staying in. Like, Registeel's afraid of it, you know? But Nasty Plot into Fire Blast to Sledge Wave to Taunt to Nasty Plot, like, Salazzle's move pool is actually really good for specialty, or specialty wise, and it's one of the best users of Z moves with the Sludge Wave just OHKOing massive threats, especially a +2. But one of the biggest counters, it's actually a full-on counter, is Gigalith, because Gigalith can take anything at +2 and it wants to throw. It also runs HPIs to cover Flygon and just other Pokemon of that sort. It also could run Sub Disable, which that's more commonly used in OU for like Tran and whatever, but it's not the best. It's a very one-dimensional mon here, but you know what it's gonna do. It has that 117 speed tier and 111 special attack with high base power moves, so it's a threat. Next up we got Torkoal, and basically it's here for Sun reason. It could set up Stealth Rock, it could Rapid Spin, it could explode as a suicide, just get up Sun and get out of there. So it's very one-dimensional, but its stats, especially with Drought, like, its special attack is not going to be sleeping on. Like, this is basically it. Lava Plume, Explosion, Toxic, Stealth Rock. It also has access to Rapid Spin. That's why it's here. I could see it falling eventually, but as of now, can you like just disappear? Thank you. But yeah, that's Torkoal for you. It's physically defensive. I don't really like it that much. I don't like Sun that much. But next up we got Umbreon, and Umbreon, not Venusaur. Umbreon is an amazing mon because it's basically Stall. But a Psychic type like Uniclus could just beat a 1v1 Calm Mind. Like, Foul Play's not going to do anything. But like, fighting types are the way to beat Umbreon, and those are hard to come by in RU. Like, RU was a fighting infested tier last gen, but now you don't see any fighting types, do you? So Umbreon shines. It checks fairy types. It's just an incredible Pokemon. It's one of the best Wish Passers. It's just Toxic. You're afraid of Toxic hit back because then you'll get synchronized, and it has Heal Bell, so we could just Heal Bell that off. It's just an incredible Pokemon in the tier. I don't really use it, but because I don't play Stall. Next we got Venusaur. Now Venusaur is not the Pokemon it was last gen, even though it's A here. Venusaur last gen was defensive, it was offensive. Now it's just a Sun Abuser. You don't really see any other sets other than a Sun Abuser. Like, let's just see, what do they have for Venusaur here? Sun Sweeper. This is it. This is its like only set. Like, it's still incredible with growth. Then you outspeed everything, kill everything, heal off the Life Orb damage. Like, it's an incredible Sun Sweeper, but that's basically all it is now. Alright, moving on to A-. So this is going to be the last one we're going to go over. I'm just going super slow. I don't want to reveal. Alright, first up we have Chestnut. Chestnut, you already know what it did last gen. It's here to do the same thing. I'm not talking about sub belly drum Salic. I'm talking about just being one of the best spike setters there are, having decent attack, even uninvested, to dish out some hits. It's just one of the best Pokemon, or best spike. It's the best spike setter in the tier, no doubt. It has Synthesis, has Spiky Shield to scout. It has. I don't really use it. Drain Punch to heal, Synthesis, Spikes, Woodhammer to dish out hits. Like, look at these stats. It's pretty hard to take out. And let's see, what's the fast taunt? What's speed? 172 speed. I don't know what that's for, but it's a good taunter. It could set up Leech Seed. Like, it's an all-around great defensive mon. You don't see sub Salic belly drum as much, but that could come to life at some point. This is the best fighting type in the tier right now. That's embarrassing, dude, because it's not a fighting type. Alright, sorry, my brother just came up. So, yeah, what I mean that fighting types are generally offensive, this one's defensive. Alright, now we have Jigalgi, or Alright, there's so many ways to pronounce this Pokemon name. Like, I've heard so many ways, but I say Jigalgi now. I used to say Jigalge, but no. I've heard Drigilage. I just want to pull down the seed's name. Alright, there we go. Drigilage. But Jigalgi, it's basically what it did last year and what it did to get banned. Hard hitting Draco Meteors. It can set up T-Spikes, has access to adaptability, Sludge Wave, even though it has 97 base special attack. It does not matter. This mon dishes out so powerfully. It's more powerful than Latios. That's 130 base special attack. Like, let me just pull up a calc here. Let me just RU offensive. Also has one of the best defensive types, but I'll get into that later. Let's just do it on Mew. Let's get rid of this Spadef. I just want to do just blank set. It's Draco Meteor the 74 to 87. And that's with no life orb or anything. Now we pull up Latios. And we're gonna get rid of the life orb. Yeah, it's more powerful. It's more powerful than Latios. Now we're gonna put up. Let's put up Mega Ray. I have not. Let's just do. Of course, that was. I'm counting Timid. Let's actually calc Modest Latios, because I want to see the damage output. I'm gonna put up 2 calcs here, just for the sake of calcing, for convenience. So we're just gonna do blank Mew, and we're gonna put up Jigalgi. Offensive, 74 to 87, 68 to 80. It's more powerful than a Modest. That. Alright, so Rayquaza. I want to see who's more powerful. Draco Meteor. So we're just gonna do 252. It's gonna be Rayquaza, I have a feeling. Let's get rid of that. And we put up Draco. Yeah. Nothing beats Mega Ray. Never mind. It's the second most powerful Draco Meteor mon in the game. So that's saying something. Not to mention its defensive utility. Sets up T-Spikes. Like, what else do they have? I've never used it defensively. Yeah, Scald, Burn, Sludge Wave. They still hit hard uninvested because of that adaptability. So it's just all around an amazing Pokemon to have on your team. It's amazing wall breaker. It set up T-Spikes easily. So yeah. Alright, now we have Escav. Now Escav is always a good mon, like it always will be, because of that typing, plus that bulk, plus that attack. You know, like Assault Vest to tank some hits, not as key right now. As you can see, a lot of the special attackers just beat it 1v1. Salazzle, Venusaur, HP Fire, like, but choice band sets, there's no switch-ins to Mega Horn. There's literally no switch-ins besides Gligar, but then it can knock off the Eviolite and just like Iron Head that thing to death eventually. Like, let's see what do they have. I haven't used it this gen yet, but I want to see because I already know. It has that Rest Talk SD set. Nice, I love this set. I love that set so much. Big Daddy, what are you doing there? So Escavalier. Yeah, choice band sets. It also is a Pursuit Trapper knockoff. Yeah, like it's an incredible Pokemon to have on your team. I'm gonna build it with it soon. Alright, so next up, my computer's lagging a little bit. We have Frostless. Now Frostless is one of the best suicide leads. You just get up spikes, you taunt, you could Destiny Bond, you could Will-O-Wisp, you could Ice Beam with a lower speed, you could Ice Beam just for some damage. It's a one-dimensional spike setter mon, but that's basically all it needs to be able to do. It's a fast taunter. Like, my computer wants to load. You could see, like, it's not, like, Frostless. Yeah, it's just spikes. Like I said, this is it. Will-O-Wisp or Destiny Bond could be used there. Alright, so yeah, I don't know why my computer's lagging, but it's telling me that I gotta hurry up this recording because we've been going on for what, 35 minutes, and we're just at A-. It's gonna reveal the next one, I have a feeling. I guess I'll pause to just stop the lag. Alright, it's lagging because of listen on repeat, honestly, but whatever. So, oh my... You know, I have this... You saw I had it set up in my house was here. It's just scrolling up by itself, cuz. Alright, we're almost there, we're almost there. We're almost there, come on, just give me the mon, just give me the mon. No. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Ah, there we go, perfectly. Alright, so Gardevoir is up next. Now, Gardevoir is a strong Pokemon. Anybody from the UU tier last gen will know. 115, no, 125. 125 special attack, 115 SPDF, 80 speed. It hits hard. Shadow Ball, Moonblast, strong stabs. Hard to resist. Like, just a fighting killer, but there's no fighting types. Shadow Ball has Trick. It could just Choice Guard, Destiny Bond. Let's see what else do you have. Healing Wish is another big one. Like, Gardevoir is just an amazing Pokemon. Trace to just come in on Flygon's Earthquake. Trace to Trace Adaptability from Gaugee's coming in on a Dragon move. Gotta be careful though. Like, it's just incredible. It's an incredible Pokemon in the metagame. I have not used it yet. As you can tell, I had to look up some sets, but I'm definitely gonna use it soon. Alright. Next we have Honchkrow. Now, Honchkrow is one of the scariest Pokemon in the face because it just snowballs so hard. It has the strong priority and Sucker Punch. It's another one of those Gyarados Salamence type things. Z moves plus Moxie. Now, it does not have Dragon Dance, but it has priority and Sucker Punch, so it kind of does that. It could use Z Sucker Punch if you want to have a dark move, but you don't really see that a lot. I've used it once. It's not my favorite one. I like Supersonic Sky Strike, Z Brave Bird, because that just hits so hard, dude. So hard. And then you just get a Moxie boost, and you could just Sucker Punch. You could pursue a weakened Gardevoir, a weakened Salazzle, a weakened, you name it. You just pursue, trap it. You get that Moxie boost, and you snowball the game from there. It's one of those Pokemon. It's just not that bulky at all. It cannot take many hits. It cannot come in on many hits. It's weak to Stealth Rock. Life Orb sets, you take that recoil from Brave Bird, you take it from Life Orb. It just dies quickly, but goddamn, it can just win games so easily. I love using Honchkrow, dude. Kommo-o. Now, Kommo-o is one of those mons where you don't know what it's going to do at first. Is it going to be that Specs, Clanging Scales, Focus Blast set? Is it going to be that Dragon set? Is it going to be that Choice Band set? Is it going to be that Autotomized Sweeping set? Like, you don't know. And with Move Tutors right around the corner, it's going to get a lot more moves. Let me just pull up Kommo-o. Sure. Oh, no, that's Komala. No, you don't use Komala. No, no, no. Kommo. Like I said, Choice Specs. It has access to Flamethrower, Flash Cannon. Again, its special attack leaves to be desired. Its stats all around should be flipped. 105 special attack, 125 attack, but whatever. Like, Kommo-o just has so many sets, you don't know what it's gonna do. Moltres. Now, Moltres, hard hitting Fire Blast, Bloom Doomin It brews sub-toxic because of that typing. Even though it's bad, it's good at the same time. It's natural bulk. Moltres just is an amazing Pokemon in RU. Again, a lot of these early ones, like in the A tier, B+ tier, they're going to be amazing. Roost, HP Grass, Fire Blast, Hurricane, like they're inaccurate, but they hit hard. I have not actually seen Choice Scarf Moltres at all. I have not seen this one at all. But whatever. Alright, we're getting towards the end. P2. P2 is an amazing bulky mon. You already know what it does. It can set up Trick Room, and Trick Room is everywhere in RU. Oh my god, it's so common. You get the Scavalier, Dragalge, just all these Pokemon that can take advantage of it since they're slow. Alright, it's a wall. You know what P2 does. Roserade is one of my favorite mons to use in the tier. Offensive spikes. It forces switches. Get some of them spikes. A Technician HP Fire just to hit, snipe Doublade, to snipe Chestnuts, Sludge Bomb just all around, Giga Drain healing back as natural cure too if you really wanted to. Bulky Roserade's also common. It's just like, you know, set up T-Spikes, set up Spikes, Giga Drain, Leaf Storm, whatever. So yeah, that's Roserade. Swellow, you already know, Swellow Boom Burst everything. You could also run Guts. since the burn nerf, but like Doublade's in the tier, I would not suggest that. But Boom Burst with that 140 stab, and then you have 75, which is passable special attack, especially with choice specs. Like it hits hard. Few counters, but you could use soundproof Kommo-o. You know how to counter it, like Gigalith counters it, but other than that, it's an amazing Pokemon. And we're gonna end the video off here. Like, I did not want this to be 40 minutes, but sadly it had to be because of difficulties and just me going on and on. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, do your thing. But I'm gonna actually put a little plug here. Follow me on Twitter. You see that circuitry, hopefully. You see that it's holding up also a strange sign. That's Pokeamino as well. Follow me on Pokeamino. I'm not asking you just to like, favorite, whatever, everything I post, reblog. No, I'm getting you to go there because I know a lot of you guys are competitive Pokemon players, and that app needs them on the competitive section. Those guys don't know what they're talking about. Like, I'll just say some more shit that they, like, I have a perfect example of how they don't know what they're saying. A lot of them. Alright, okay, so I don't really know anything on this amino besides Lurk, and I've been here for a really long time. Just put together my quote-unquote, I'm putting the quotes. He just put my competitive team. I want to know any improvements, replacements. Glitzcore, 252 attack, 252 defense, force speed F, moves Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, Swords Dance, acrobatics, ability, Hypercutter, item none. What the fuck? Espeon, 252 speed, 252 special attack, forward, special defense, Dazzling Gleam, Morning Sun, Psychic, Grass Knot, item mind play, ability, synchronize. A little better than that Glitzcore. Not gonna do that. Aegislash. Okay, Rotom Wash, 252 speed, 252 special attack, 4 HP, Ominous Wind, Double Team, Electro Ball, Hydro Pump. Oh my god. Arcanine, 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 defense. Actually, no, this one's good. This one's good. But, you know, like, it's not, he does not know what he's doing. Besides that Arcanine, which he said he got gifted to him. So I'm just going to end off the video here. Please get on Pokeamino, I'm begging you. Follow me on Twitter for updates and whatever. And be sure to, most importantly, stay fly.